Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Far From Home. This is Miss Fortune, and today I am with a friend of mine,
Naisha, known as Mullo.
I'm so happy that you're here with us. Guys, like I said, so here's one thing I'm gonna tell you on this episode. I want you to share your experiences. So first of all, you and I immigrants in America, right?
Makorokware.
Yeah. So anyways, like I said before, the reason for this podcast is for people to talk about their experiences, how they came to America, what agencies they used, because as much as we're trying to raise awareness, but it's also trying to help people that want to travel, the expectations that they should have if they're coming. And I always say this, experience is not the same. Just because I had maybe a terrible experience doesn't mean that you're gonna have a terrible experience. So do you mind maybe telling us how you came to America, how it started, basically? Just share your journey, and if you can, share your experiences, and what would be the advice that you think you could give to somebody who wants to embark on this journey?
Okay, so I came to America through an agency called Cultural Care Au Pair, and this program, it allows people to come, whether you're male or female, it allows you to come to America to work as a child care worker. So you kind of take care of children and you kind of help them with homeworks and all this kind of stuff. So when I got here, my first state was in Atlanta, in Georgia.
Oh, I love Atlanta.
Yeah, it was so cool. And after that, I went to Ohio in Shaker Heights, and then after that I went to...
Shaker Heights? I used to live in Shaker Heights.
Really?
With who? Anyways, doesn't matter. I might not even know who the host family was.
I know the host. I still remember everybody. And then from there I went to Mississippi. And one thing that I can tell you is that even when you come here as a child care worker or an au pair, don't be afraid to request for a rematch, because you might feel that the family that you're applying for or applying with is a right match for you. But when you get here and then you'll be like, no, this is not,
it's not a match.
Yeah.
So
it's
sorry
not
to
a match at
interject.
all.
You say that you came here and then you went to Ohio, Shaker Heights. So there's a blank space there. You never mentioned what happened for you to leave Ohio to go to Mississippi.
So when I got here, I got to Atlanta, Georgia, and I worked for I think 3 months. And the family that I was working with, the kids were so great, so perfect, but the parents were not good. And it was not really good for me emotionally, mentally, and all that. And then I asked for a rematch. When I asked for a rematch, I got another family in Ohio, in Shaker Heights.
Okay.
And then I moved from Atlanta.
Who asked for a rematch?
I asked for a rematch.
Oh, okay. And how long did it take you to find another family?
Kind of took me 2 weeks. Actually.
Well, that's what the agency gives you, 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It took me 2 weeks. And then I found a family in Ohio, and I thought the family was so great and all this kind of stuff. So I got to Ohio, I worked. The youngest one was my best friend, Everything
I
was...
love them small.
Yeah. And I was kind of teaching him sign language, because I also know sign language.
Ooh.
And when I got here, I kind of learned American sign language, because I only know South African sign language. So I kind of taught him some sign languages, because he was not talking and all that. And then after that, I got into a very bad rematch.
What happened?
I don't even know what happened now, because there was a day which was Friday. There was a day where we're just saying, we're just sitting together, and the parents were like, we want to get out of the program because the kids are now gonna go to school, because I was mainly with the youngest one.
Oh.
So now the youngest one was going to school. I was like, okay, cool. But my heart was painful. I was like, why didn't you tell me earlier, like maybe 2 months earlier, so I can save up money, you know?
Right.
So, but then I was like, okay, it's fine, I'll get another family, you know? So it was like a friendly rematch at first, and then when you have a rematch, right? When you have a rematch and you're looking for another family, the agency asks the family if they'll be able to provide shelter and food for you. But then they said yeah, but after when we took the smallest one to school, the host mom was like, we're gonna talk about food. How are you gonna provide food for yourself?
You love.
And then I called the agency. I'm like, I don't have money, firstly, to buy food for every day. Secondly, they're giving me like new rules in the house.
It's like the treatment changed and they're the ones who requested this rematch.
Yeah.
And now it's more of like, oh, you're now like a stranger to us. It's like the treatment just changed overnight.
Yeah. So, and then after that I was like, okay, I told the host the agency. I think the host family got angry because we spoke on Wednesday. On Friday, the host dad gave me a list this big. At first, when I got to the house, the car was not washed. I kind of have OCD, so I had to wash the car by myself, clean it, disinfect it, and do all this kind of stuff. But then when on that Friday, the host mom gave me a check, and she said that you used the rest of the time to pack, clean the bathroom, which we all used the same bathroom. I didn't have my own bathroom. Clean the toilet. So there was a bathroom upstairs, and then there was a toilet downstairs where everybody was using it. My bedroom was in the basement, where it is scary. There are no windows there. I had to vacuum my room. I had to do a lot of stuff clean before I go. And then when the host mom came with the check, she was like, my mom is gonna take you to a hotel. I was like, hotel, why? You know? And then somehow like when I got to the hotel, before I got to the hotel, my LCC called me and said that, call me when you get to the hotel. I'm like, okay, I'm still asking questions. And then when she called me, she started shouting to a point where I shutted my mind and didn't even want to hear what you were saying. And then after that, you know, she said, my host mom sent me a picture saying that I left some important documents. And guess what? I asked her if we can meet halfway, but she said no. I had to take a train, which was like almost 3 hours from where I was to the house. It was fine. It was raining.
That's not fine.
Like, it was fine for me taking a train. I was like, okay, it's fine, you know? But when I got to the house, all my things were outside, like my documents, my sinus inhaler, which uses electricity, you know? So I was like, okay, so now I was just kind of like angry, and I was like, okay, it's fine. I went to the hotel. When I went to the hotel, guys, I was so broke to a point where I had to research on how to make money. And then the only platform, should I say yeah?
Yeah, I told you no filter here, because whatever you share here is gonna help somebody. And I have so much like following up questions, because like your story is like literally an eye opener, because like with everything that just happened, you kind of wonder like when this whole mistreatment came in, because you thought everything was fine, what is the agency saying about this? Because you are dealing with the family, and the family is the one that has control to write whatever they want to write about you, and you cannot write anything about the family. That's the disadvantage about au pairs. We have no say in all of this, because agencies they would rather like what's the word? There's a word that I'm looking for. They would rather prioritize the families because they paying $10,000. We also paid money, but it doesn't matter. It's like our money is not equivalent to what the families paid. So they don't care about the well-being of us, and so that's why I'm just like, when all this was happening, what was the manager assigned to your case also saying? Because it took you 3 hours, you're an au pair, you're getting paid like $200, and if that week you were not working, you clearly were not paid. So what is happening in their mind?
So by that time, that's when my LCC, she kind of shouted at me, and she was just saying things which were not, connecting and all this kind of stuff. So it was like, she was like, yeah, you were doing things that you're not supposed to do. The whole family told you, what.
Which is what?
Shouting. But then that time, the agency is supposed to give you shelter, which was the hotel that I was staying at, firstly, and food. And they only got me breakfast. The rest I had to see myself, And then I had to find a way to make money. And the only way that I had to make money was donating plasma. Oh. Thank God I was not drinking. So I would just walk an hour to a plasma place. I think it was PSL. It's a red company where you donate plasma. So the first month was $1,000. And guess what? I stayed in a hotel for a month, not working, not doing anything. But thank God I found a family in Mississippi. They are so great. They are wonderful. I always pray for them like, God, please bless that family. Because my host dad will take me as his own doctor. My host mom will take me as her own friend, We'll talk, have fun. The kids, they loved me so much. Even now, we talk almost every day, So in Mississippi, when I got to Mississippi, I got a family in June. Right? And then we were supposed to go to a vacation. My host mom from Mississippi was so kind to a point where I told her, I was like, I have a vacation. I don't know how it's gonna be to you, but I have a vacation that's gonna be in Miami. And she was like, no, it's okay, just get here. When you get here, you're gonna get to know the kids. On your day for vacation, you will just fly to Miami, then come back and continue working. I was like, really?
Oh, wow.
She was like, yeah, and I'll also pay you,
Like after so much trauma, it's like things kind of made sense. Like right there where you like, I'm giving up.
I almost gave up because I never had an American dream. I came to America because, things happened in South Africa and all that. So I just wanted a new life. So then when I got to Mississippi, I worked with a great host family. My host dad taught me how to shoot guns.
Oh, I would like that. I'd be like, don't mess with me. I know how to handle a gun.
I know how to use a pistol. I know how to use 9mm. I know how to use a shotgun. I know how to use.
I didn't realize that this thing stopped recording at some point.
Damn.
Continue going.
Yeah, let's just continue.
So I know how to use, I think, 7 kinds of guns. Because he taught me how to shoot guns. We went to a gun, whatever,
range,
place.
Something like that.
And then we had pumpkins because it was after Halloween. So we went with the pumpkins and we were just treating the pumpkins and all this kind of stuff. It was fun. And then my host mom, she would teach me a lot of things about science and all this kind of stuff, And then me and my host kids would always go to the beach, It was just a fun thing.
So would you say you did your full term with them? So you finished your 2 years?
No, I finished my 1 year.
Okay.
And then I got au pair certificate, and then I came to Connecticut.
Okay, and so transitioning from being an au pair to coming to Connecticut and working with elderlies and whatever, would you say like that transition for you, I mean, it has worked out, I can see you here. Was it something that you'd say like, oh, you know what, it was an easy move? Like, what are the steps you had to take for you to be brave and be like, you know what, I'm done with this, so let me do something different now?
So it was not really an easy transition because at first I didn't know that there was a caregiver job. I had to do some researches. Thank God I found one brother who I asked some questions and it was like, no, you can stay, you can work and all this kind of stuff. Just make sure that you are in a good position and all that, So when I got him, he connected because he lives in Chicago. And then when I got him, he connected me with people here in Connecticut, and then I got a job. it was not really hard because growing up, I loved helping people. Growing up, I loved helping people or animals, something that doesn't talk, but I just wanted to help, you know? So it was, for me, it was like a great thing for me because I love helping small children who can't talk. So an elderly person was also an easy thing for me to do. So, but financially it was kind of like hard, easy. And there was a point where I was like, you know, let me just use my last money to buy food because I didn't have food. And then I was like, God, I need a job. And then boom, they called me. I'm like, I just bought my groceries.
One thing about this country is gonna teach you to pray. Like,
you know?
prayer is gonna be your like go-to.
Yeah. And then after that, I got a job where the fun thing is I got a job where the lady I was working with, something happened to her. She had to go to the hospital, and then I had to go home. No, I didn't go home. I went to the next job because the other lady was taking off, and she was taking 3 weeks off. And guess what? That became my permanent job.
Oh,
right away.
Thank you, Jesus.
You know? And then after that, from that permanent job, I got a great permanent job where I can work for like 5 days and 2 days
And
off.
this is the family you've been working for.
Yeah, I've been working for them.
And I've heard good things about them.
Yeah, they are so great. They kind of like my parents, you know, or maybe my grandparents.
I love that for you.
Yeah, so they are great. Sometimes if I need something, I can talk to them and they do provide. And if I need to say something, they listen to me. So, yeah.
So what would you say, everybody complains about how hard America is. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it is hard. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes when you keep complaining about something, it doesn't change anything. You know, if it was that hard, like, why don't you just go back home? Or like, you get what I mean? But anyways, it's a journey that everybody has to go through.
Yeah.
But overall, for you so far, here over home, what would you pick and what would be the reason? And like, so far for you, how would you define your life here in America? Do you think your life is good? Like, do you think it's worth pursuing whatever that you're trying to pursue?
Okay. Financially, I would choose America. Financially, because
Of course.
at first I was able to pay my own vacation.
Vacations.
Vacations. I was able to buy my own flight tickets. I was able to buy something that is expensive,
Like
you know?
a car.
A car,
Apartment.
a phone, you know, a 2-bedroom apartment and 2-bathroom apartment. You understand? Financially, I would choose America because you're also able to take yourself to school. If you want to go to school, I want to go to school. This is what I
Opportunities
want.
are countless. You just gotta look.
Yeah, this is what I want to study. This is what I want. You know, financially, America is good. Mentally, home is the best.
I think that there's a say, comfort is your biggest enemy. And so I believe that if you're gonna continue and say, okay, I'm gonna be home because, oh, I'm not challenged, like, how is it gonna unlock your fullest potential?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, everybody needs home. But it's more of like, I can actually do way more when I'm here for my family.
Yeah.
But if I was home, I mean, it can go any way.
Girl.
It can go either way. You can
I'm
get a
telling
good
you.
job back home or not.
Or not. But another thing, when you are here, you're also thinking about your family. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for my mom. This is what I want to do for my dad. This is what I want to do for my brothers and sisters. You know, sometimes you can see your mom has been struggling for years, wanting to do something, and now here you are working, earning in dollars. I'm like,
And when you
why
send it
not?
home,
Why not? Like, mommy, wake up.
I got you.
You know, go and do this. Do you want
It
to
becomes
go
also
shopping?
lighter for them at home because now there's certain things that if before they couldn't do, now it's easier to do.
Yeah, but another thing is don't consider yourself as a black tax child.
That's actually important.
Yeah, if you are getting paid, it's very good to take care of your parents back home or spoil them, but do not put this black tax thing in their mind, because they will keep on calling you.
They just assume that you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because people like continuously like, I just want to do more, and this is what I said on my first year, or like early 2024, I was constantly sending money back home because I wanted my mom to finish building, I wanted that and that. But then I had to sit down and I said, girl, there's something you're forgetting. You need to make yourself comfortable first in this country, because this is going to be your home for the longest time. So yes, I do understand that the public is looking like, oh, her child is in America, but oh, the house is not done, oh, that and that. And then I'm like, you know what, people are going to say whatever they want to say, but I need to be safe here, because should anything happen, my mom could never even put together 20,000 in a day.
Yeah.
So
or $500.
Yeah, what good is that gonna do for me if I'm suffering here and they living comfortably back home?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
This is something that people need to enforce really bad. Even if you come from a poor family, like, okay, we get it. As long as they can go to bed with food in their stomach. That's why a lot of people are more stuck into still being CNAs, and they're still stuck in being in live-in jobs, because they don't want to take the chance to have a real life in America and like have a normal job like a normal person, and see how it balances it out. Opportunity is gonna meet you outside, not indoors. So how do you go out there and say, you know what, I'm gonna meet opportunities? How are you gonna find out opportunities that will make you money or make you a better person if you're gonna be stuck indoors? You understand? Because if you're gonna rely on these online dating apps and blah blah blah, that's just, I feel like sometimes be out there, enjoy America. Like, don't just be stuck and be like obsessed with money. People die, guys, from being obsessed with money.
And another thing, guys, another thing that I can tell you is that when you move abroad, not only America, when you move abroad, make sure that you work on yourself first before you want to help your family or send something back home. Why? Because if you go broke or something goes wrong,
like what happened to you,
no one's gonna help you.
Oh my god.
So work on yourself. Maybe try and save up $5,000 or $3,000 just for savings.
Safety net.
Also have some small savings that you can say, yeah, you know, I want to do this, I want to buy this.
I can fly to Miami right now.
So after that, you can try and help your family. Try and build yourself first. If you want to build yourself educationally, do it. And financially too. So yeah, that's what I can say.
So now I think we've covered so much. I'm trying to think of like, what did we leave out? So America, like just rated for me from 1 to scale of 10.
America. Okay, if I didn't have the job that I'm working at right now, I could rate it a 4.
Because you don't want to find yourself going through a mental...
You know, where I'm working is so perfect. I don't want to lie, it's so good. Because financially, you know, I'm there, but mentally I'm also there because of the family.
You don't have to worry about food and whatever. What people don't understand is that money controls literally 98% of your life.
Yeah.
And people are like, no, money is not everything. Money is everything.
Money is everything.
You know, just to leave the house, it's money, it's time. It's,
and another thing,
it's crazy.
Another thing, if you're a Christian back home, make sure that you find a church. There's a lot of Roman Catholics here in America, but try and find a church that will be good for you. I mean, there is Assemblies of God here in America, but if you like black churches, there's a lot of black churches here in America. You can also attend that, you know. So yeah.
Okay, because I know you guys have to leave and all that. I'm gonna just like end the episode here, but thank you for coming. And of course there's so much questions that I still want to ask, but
damn, girl,
I know that you're gonna come next time because I feel like there's a lot that we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about your love life. let's start there. There's just so much that we're still gonna need to cover. But thank you so much for coming, and I love you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So guys, that was Nyasha, and this is okay. I'm not gonna say which episode it is because I'm still gonna try and figure things out. But yeah, this is Far From Home, guys, and yeah, I hope that we're gonna bring you more good things, and I hope that you guys are gonna enjoy. So yeah, love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay.